Hello guys, this is What About Nintendo, and today I'm here to talk about 5 games that I think deserve a remake on the Nintendo Switch. So let's get right on into it. Just last week, we got a remake of Link's Awakening on the Nintendo Switch, and it's absolutely fantastic. With stunning remade visuals, a beautifully remade soundtrack, and tons of quality of life improvements, it does a great job of bringing a classic game into the modern era. So that got me thinking, what other games would be great to get a remake on the Nintendo Switch? Here's my 5 picks. Number 1. Legend of Zelda Oracle games. The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons are another 2 Game Boy Zelda games like Link's Awakening, and they definitely deserve a remake. Similar to Link's Awakening, the Oracle games are some of the few Zelda games I have never played, but I've always been interested in trying them. I always hear good things about both these games, and they even have a 92 on Metacritic, which is actually significantly higher than Link's Awakening, and almost every other 2D Zelda game. In fact, only the legendary Link to the Past beats it out in terms of Metacritic score. I think this game could use all the same improvements we saw in Link's Awakening, such as the remade music, scrolling overworld, better item management, and improved visuals. Although I'm not sure if I would want them to use the same art style as Link's Awakening or not. That is very unique to that game, and I'm not sure if it would fit with the style of the Oracle games. Number 2. Super Mario 64. At the time of its release, Mario 64 was an absolutely revolutionary game. Not only did it vastly improve on the 3D platforming genre, but helped to greatly improve on character control as well as the camera, and was far beyond any of the other 3D games out at the time in this regard. However, we've come a long way since then, and the game really doesn't hold up as well as you'd remember. While the camera controls in the game were amazing at the time, they're kind of a pain these days. Mario is strangely slippery, and the camera is a bit janky for modern standards. And even though we have gotten a DS remake of the game has never gotten a major graphical improvement. Although the models do look better in the DS version, the extremely low resolution of the game really isn't appealing. A game of this caliber deserves some completely remade visuals in HD, maybe even using the Mario Odyssey engine since the Mario 64 themed world, otherwise known in game as the Mushroom Kingdom, and that game looks so good. Overall, Mario 64 holds up to this day in terms of level design, it just needs a little bit of a remake to get it back to greatness. Number 3. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Ocarina of Time is the best reviewed game of all time. Majora's Mask is a fan favorite cult classic. There's no doubt both these games are incredible. I probably don't even need to give my reasons for why these games deserve to be remade in HD for the Switch, as I'm sure you guys know how amazing they are. However, for the sake of content, I shall anyways. Overall, I actually wouldn't say there's any major problems with either of these games that haven't been addressed in previous versions. Actually, I would say that the 3DS remakes for this game actually did an amazing job in terms of quality of life updates. However, this was on the 3DS, and while the graphics are certainly better than the N64 version, we can do a lot better on the Nintendo Switch. I would actually love it if they took the same art style as they have in Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Ocarina of Time Gerudo Desert stage that's in that game. It just looks absolutely incredible, and I think it would work for the entire game. But I also think it might be cool if they took the art style of the Zelda Wii U tech demo, modified it a bit to better fit Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and then use that for the remake. Ocarina of Time also has some of my favorite video game music ever, and after hearing how amazing Link's Awakening music is in that remake, I really want a remade soundtrack of this game. Just imagine that amazing intro to the game with a remade music and visuals. It would be absolutely incredible. Number 4. Diddy Kong Racing. With Crash Team Racing getting a remake earlier this year, I was thinking about what other classic kart racers should get a remake, and Diddy Kong Racing came to mind. Although I grew up preferring Mario Kart 64 to Diddy Kong Racing, there are some great ideas in here that even surpass games like Mario Kart 8 in some ways. For example, a story mode with an explorable overworld and bosses, as well as having 3 separate vehicle types that each play extremely differently. These are all things I've wanted a Mario Kart game for a while, yet we still haven't gotten. It would also be great to get Banjo and Conquer in the game instead of replacing them with Tiny Kong and Dixie Kong like they did in the DS remake of the game. Nintendo's on much better terms with Microsoft now than they were then, so maybe it's possible. Overall, this is a cult classic with tons of great ideas that could reach their full potential with a Switch remake of the game. And finally, number 5. Banjo Kazooie. Now I know what you're thinking. What about Nintendo? Have you forgotten that Banjo Kazooie is owned by Rare, and Rare is owned by Microsoft? no, I haven't forgotten. However, I don't think this idea is fully impossible. As I mentioned before, Microsoft and Nintendo are being very buddy-buddy lately. 2 previously Microsoft exclusive titles have made their way to the Switch, and Banjo is now in Smash. While nothing as big as Banjo Kazooie Remake has happened yet, it feels like the next step. Now that we have Banjo and Smash, many of us have been expecting some sort of Banjo-related game release on the Nintendo Switch. Something like Rare Replay, or a port of the Xbox Live Arcade versions of Banjo Kazooie and Banjo Tooie, but we've seen nothing yet. However, during the presentation where Sakurai showed off in-depth gameplay of Banjo Kazooie and Smash, he was being a bit odd when it came to showing off the stage. He kept talking about how detailed the stage was and how it almost looked good enough to make an entire game out of it. And of course, when I heard that, my fanboy instincts picked up on that as a possible hint for a remake of the game with the same art style as the Smash stage. Honestly, I do think this remake is not very likely, but I'm holding out hope that it may be possible. This is one of the best 3D platformers ever made in my opinion, and it still holds up pretty well to date gameplay wise, better than Mario 64 for sure. With Banjo and Smash, hype for the franchise is an all-time high, and without having a good game in 19 years, a remake of the original may be what we need before trying for a Banjo 3. But anyways guys, those are just 5 games that I want to see remade on the Nintendo Switch. Let me know what you think of my list, as well as if you have any games you would like to see remade. I'm sure there's tons and tons and tons of other great Nintendo games that should get a remake on the Nintendo Switch, or even third-party games if you feel that that is necessary as well. Anyways guys, if you like this video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell icon for notifications of all my videos for more talk of Nintendo remakes and other Nintendo related content. Also share this video with everyone you know who is a big fan of all of these series and wants to see them get remade on the Switch. And I'll see all you awesome people later on What About Nintendo. Bye!